Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Last episode, Data explored most of Mount Kuko, and he explored the remainder of Mount Goron here. While he was exploring Mount Kuko, he came across Moosh, the flying bear, and Moosh wanted some spring bananas. So he had to go down to Sabrosia, learn how to control the power of spring by revisiting the Temple of Seasons. He ended up getting the bananas from Moosh, and then Moosh repaid him by helping get the key to Dungeon 4. So now we could go to Dungeon 4 if we wanted to, but Data had so much fun collecting fruit in the last episode that he decided, I'm going to spend this episode mainly collecting the gasha plants that he planted and replanting a lot of them. So we'll get rid of some of those seeds that he has, and he'll be using his Gale seeds to travel around the world to get to a lot of these places. We have a lot to do here in Spool Swamp. First we're going to gather the gasha tree that we planted over to the left there. And then there's that stump, and we're going to change it now that we have the power of spring in the Rod of Seasons. We're going to change the spring to get a heart container piece, and we can also get another one of those jewels because we can swim. We were able to change the seasons to winter a long time ago, but you also have to be able to swim basically to get the other jewel that we want. So we'll also be spending some time here to go do some ambrosia. As you can see, we're planting quite a few gasha seeds. So we're going to head back down to Ambrosia and buy some more gasha seeds from the market there. We can buy 2 at a time now that we have 50-cent seeds. We'll change the spring here. A little too far. There we go, we're in spring. And spring, the snow melted. Some of the water is going to be a little bit higher. And that's going to allow us to access this heart container piece. It was on a platform that was too high to reach. But now that we have the water raised, we'll be able to reach it. You have these rapids here that push you around, and they're going to push us right to this piece of heart. And it's tough, like I said, swimming out of these rapids, so probably the easiest thing to do is just let's walk back to that to the tree, the Pegasus seed tree. Doink. And then we'll go back to that stump, and we'll turn it into winter. And then we'll go a little bit further in that area and get another jewel. So we'll transform it to winter now. And go grab another jewel. We'll actually grab 2 of the jewels in this episode. We need 4 of them to get into those runes. We kind of were told a little bit about runes in the last episode. That pirate captain said he's not going to consider this a season adventure until we explore some runes. So we got to start gathering those jewels now. Cave here. There's a tree in all other seasons. That tree has leaves on it, so you can't reach this cave. In the fall, in the winter, leaves have obviously fallen off there. As you can see, we got a jewel indicator there. And well, I guess you don't need to swim. I thought that was deeper water. Well, my notes are wrong, but that's okay. We got it now anyway. So. And we're in the perfect position to basically head over to Ambrosia. There's that entrance right over here, and that takes us pretty much the closest place to the market. There's some other things we can do in Symbrosia now. There's a few more gold ores we can pick up. And we can also go to the temple and get the season of fall into a Rod of Seasons. But the game really doesn't direct you to get that power yet, so we're just going to hold off on it. I'm not going to hold off on grabbing these silver seeds or gasha seeds. So now we can grab 2 of them, because the limiting factor before wasn't the ore chunks, it was the scent seeds. Alright, got some more gasha. Still need to get that heart piece from the gasha tree. Also need to get a heart piece from Maple. Let's warp back to the overworld. Do some more warping with our seeds. Let's grab some scent seeds since we need to refill them. And then there's over to the in the water to the lake over here. There's that other gasha seed that we planted. So that seed, that tree is definitely matured by now. That's another place we want to plant another gasha seed. Yeah, a lot of these ones that are kind of out of the way, they like Pippin told us, he's like, depending where you plant determines what items you get. So if you plant in more like obscure locations, you have a better chance of getting like heart container piece. That's what we're really looking for right now. Let's go back, warp. Seed area. And we're going to head down. There's a new quest that we can kind of unlock now that we have the power of summer. We can swim and use the power of summer. That gives us a new quest. First, to turn this place into summer. Use this. And to the north there we have Talon's house. We're going to be visiting Talon a little bit later. When we turn the thing to summer, remember that in summer some of the lakes and the waters dry up. Well, one piece just dries up right down here. New passageway. There's a guy with a gold cloak. So he's a special character because all the other ones they just wore like green cloaks. If you want true power, then slay the 4 golden beasts that roam the land. Then I shall grant my power to you. So far, you've slain 0. So there's a different colored beast in different locations. There's and it's based on the season as well. So basically, we have to kill all them, and then we can get a ring from him. So I'm not really gonna worry about killing them right now, because one of them is inaccessible right now. Let's just check out our rings while we're here. There's at level 2, if you go by level 2 in the fall, there's a gold beast there. Where the portal was, where we went to Symbrosia earlier, right there, if you go there in the summertime, there's a gold beast there. I think one's an Octorok, one is a Tick-Tite, one's a Lionel. I think the Lionel's up in Tarm Ruins, which is beyond where all those jewels are. And then to the right of the Hero Cave in the spring is where the last golden beast, I think it's a golden crab. And there's a good ring that we got there, the green ring. It lowers the damage you take and increases the damage that you do with your sword. So there's also a blue ring and a red ring. The red ring doubles the damage you do. Doesn't do anything to affect your defense. So it's basically like a piece of power. The blue ring doubles your defense. Doesn't do anything to your offensive power. The green ring is a hybrid of those two. So it gives a little bit of a boost in offense and a little bit of boost in defense. So that's a nice ring to have. Good thing we found it. I have a list of all the rings. Here's the great Moblin again, is rebuilding his house. Let's destroy it again. A little too early. Have to wait till the bomb starts blowing up and then leave. Boom. And we ruined the great Moblin's house again. Poor guy. But that's as many times as you can ruin it without getting a game over. I'll show off a little bit later. But if you try to do that again with either the Ember Seed or the bomb, they catch you. And they will basically hold you captive, and then they knock you out. And then you're of course in the house when it blows up, so you get a game over. And we don't want to do that. We want those triple zeros next to Data's name, also in Maverick's name too, in Oracle of Ages. Yeah, I should be playing him today. Normally, I switch off and on, but I figured I'd rather finish off this and get all the things out of the way, the little errands before going into Dungeon 4. But for all you fans of Maverick, over at Oracle of Ages, don't worry, he'll be back. I'll have to do 2 episodes with him. He's doing very similar. He just finished. He's going to be heading to his Dungeon 4. And just like his brother Data here, he has a lot of little errands to run between. So we have another errand to run up here in Kuko Mountain. Head into this cave here. And hey, it's Talon. Who looks like Mario. See, the snow blocks it. It blocks the... He doesn't seem to hear you. Wake him up with a megaphone. Sure. Huh? What? Who? This won't do. I clean slept through winter. Now I can't get to the summit. Oh well. I'll go back home to Malin. I'll take that megaphone if you don't need it. Have a mushroom instead. So yeah, you know Mario, he likes his mushrooms. They make him grow big in the Mario Brother games. Except for the poison mushrooms in Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. So I guess fitting that he gives us mushroom. But another thing that he gave us there is some clues. He basically said he slept through the winter, he can't reach the summit now. So that basically is your clue saying that in order to get to the summit, we have to change the season to winter. And we know we have to get to the summit because those Deku scrubs that we deflected their projectiles back at them on the last episode, one of them said, you know, hey, a keyhole is useless without a key. The key is in the valley, so we left the key in the valley. And the other one said a keyhole is useless with a key is useless without a keyhole. The keyhole is on the summit of the mountain. So we're going to change the thing here to winter. We'll drop down here real quick, grab a piece of heart. Want to grab that piece of heart now because that gives me just one extra piece of heart for another heart. I mean, full heart for the 4th dungeon. Actually, I'll be going to that in the next episode. Dunk. Let's I figured I'd jump down while it's still spring. Oh, I don't have to worry about changing the season back again. Remember those plants that shoot you up like a trampoline? They only do that in spring. And we learned that back in the village that one kid said. So now we make the snow appear, and you can see now we got a path of snow to that cave that we couldn't reach. So if I can't reach a cave, you either usually it's your indication that you either have to make it winter or summer. Winter will make a snow pile to reach the cave, or summer will make vines appear by the cave. And we saw that in Dungeon 3, the Poison Moth lair. That was a while ago that we did that dungeon. We're also going to have to make vines appear to get to this dungeon, so a lot of season changing. You have to change the spring to get to the stump toward the, well, actually to get to the ledge where the dungeon is. You have to turn it to winter to get to the summit where the keyhole is. And then you have to change to summer then to create a vine to actually get into the dungeon. Rod's getting a lot of use. The rod can also get quite a bit of use in the dungeon. The rod, normally when you hit something with it, it doesn't do any damage to it. But I guess the rod is infused with the, life, the power of nature. And that can actually harm undead enemies. A lot of Stalfos. So we have another Kuko here. Wild Kuko. We just pick up the power bracelet, press the A button to make it fly. We can insert the key here in this keyhole. It shuts off the water. And that opens up the 4th dungeon. However, we're not going to go into the 4th dungeon now. No, we're right there. I guess we'll just save it for, like I said, next episode. And we have still a few things that we can do outside here, so let's take care of them now. The first one is we're going to head back to the Sunken City here. I'm going to change it to winter. Because remember, at winter time, that mound of snow appears, and that lets us get to Syrup's hut. And now that we have a mushroom, just like in A Link to the Past, once she gets a mushroom, she can start brewing potions. So let's give her that mushroom and continue the training sequence game. If Maple were here, I'd send her to Mount Coco for mushrooms, but she hasn't come back yet. I can't make my magic potion. Hey, you got a mushroom. I'll trade for my wooden bird. How about it? Okay. You got a wooden bird. She finally makes magic potions, and she's very skilled at making magic potions. Not that we need a magic potion, because we got one from Maple. But yeah, she's really skilled, because in just a few seconds there, the time it took us to leave the hut and go back in, she managed to brew up a potion and start selling gasha seeds. I wonder where the monster that came to town came from. Oh, we can be friends. Well, here's some people who we can't be friends. Well, I guess we could be friends with them if we stop tormenting them. Don't worry, I will stop tormenting them here. So, I'm just going to save my game here. Because if I don't, well, I'm going to have a game over here. But if we try to, once again, throw a bomb or light them on fire with an ember seed, these bombs, look what happens. The Moblins grab us. Wee, so it was you. You'll pay. An eye for an eye. Great Moblin escapes. They toss us against the wall, knocks us out, and the Moblins escape. And we're stuck in here when the house goes boom. And that gives us a game over. But we're not going to continue and save and quit. We're just going to reset here. We can reset by pressing Start Select A and B all at the same time. And we'll just start from that save that we just had right inside the door here. So yeah, no more picking on the Great Moblin. The game teaches you not to bully. Instead, we're supposed to be a helpful little rat. And speaking of helping people, remember the clockmaker in this village? We haven't talked to them in a while because, well, we only talked to him that one time to see what he wanted to initially said. And he was saying that he wants to make a clock, but he's lacking a cuckoo. Well, now we got a wooden bird, so we can have, we can help him out. As you can see there, Maple has got an upgrade. She's now flying a vacuum cleaner. I want to make a cuckoo clock better than any before, but I can't find a wooden bird that I like. Oh, one that's just breathtaking. You, that's an amazing bird you have, may I? Sure. Breathtaking. Here, take this. And we got engine grease. Everyone loves fiddling with engines. we know somebody who wanted some engine grease. The windmill guy to the east of the city here. So let's just give him that grease that he wanted. Let's see what he's gonna give us. Dunk. Hey buddy, we got the grease. Go around, go around. If I could just oil it, it would go around more quickly. Engine grease. Will that make it go quickly? Sure. Really? Take my phonograph. Actually, he has like a magic phonograph because he gave it to us, but then it respawns. So he has, I guess, a spare one. I guess he's just like Data here, who has this hammer space inventory. He's just carrying a whole bunch of stuff around. And now we're back at Sunken City, which is a good place for us to save our game. Oop, I don't want to do that. I want to get my box feather so I can jump a little bit, move a little faster through the water. And just save my game here in this house, and I'll be ready to go into the secret passage to get back to Mount Coco, and then to Dungeon 4 in the next episode. Take care, have a good one, thanks for following along, have a good day, bye!